Welcome everybody to my live stream here on lichess and Twitch. International Master William Pascal. Happy New Year to everybody. I don't know if anybody's going to make it this New Year's Day, but just in case, I'm streaming anyway. Someone on sound, Spectacular Camel. I have as follows. They're probably following from yesterday. They just left their computer on. Okay, what's up guys? So we're taking challenges here on lichess and Twitch, 5+3 casual. I'm gonna play a practice game. Let's see what we've got. Learn chess basics. No, I want to play a game. Create game. What do you got? Those are correspondence games. Lobby. 7+5 casual, a little slower than what I had hoped for. Olisas, Oisas, 5+0, 3+2. These are 3+2 is a little quick. 5-3 casual. That's perfect. 1,000, whatever. All right, I'm moving to pieces. It's New Year's. It's my first game. Let's play A5. You're gonna play H4. He'll probably bring the rook up with rook a6 and a cross. I can't help myself. Alright. We'll see if he'll let me play a5, a4, a3. Wedge that pawn in there. I'm only doing this because he played h4. I mean, I normally don't do this kind of thing. Try to behave myself. b3 immediately. Interesting. I like it. I like what he did, b3. If I take, that's not consistent. Dropping a pawn. b3 then b4, not such a good idea. Anyway, Happy New Year everybody. We've got c3, bishop back to f8. That's a little too passive. Why didn't I play bishop e7? Not quite sure. I'm not awake yet, Honeyschberger. Why would I retreat my bishop all the way back to f8? Don't ask me why I did that. It's still early. Unnecessary. An unnecessary move. Praveen Tipse. Chessmurph, Happy New Year. Wow. Very New Year there. Let's see. Only recently the New Year. Rook h3. Check this guy out. Happy New Year, guys and girls. I had a little trouble waking up, but I did it for you guys. This guy's got the unusual setup going on. Illegal moves. I don't know what to play. Something weird about this game. Seriously, I should have played bishop back to e7 at least. White plays some strange and unconventional style of chess here. He's only used 30 seconds for the whole game. I'm impressed. It's hard to move my pieces out. Got to keep the a3 pawn protected. I understand not being able to sleep. I had the same problem. I couldn't get to sleep yesterday. That's why I almost didn't stream. Alright, pawn is protected. So you got 1,000 rated player who's quite quick actually. Now we finally at least protected this pawn on a3. He has a very unconventional style with those kingside moves, h4, g4. But ultimately, I think we're going to be clearly winning. I don't know, there's something weird about White's play. Like, he seems like he's better than he should be based on how strangely he's played the game. Alright. Alright, chess is hard. It's hard to win a game. What's up? Happy New Year, King Marcher. Welcome. It's 11 a.m. here. Alright, finally. Just blatantly went too far. I wouldn't be surprised if I drop a queen or something like that. No, I mean, it's just got a weird style. No, he's lost. I don't trust anybody anymore, even the 1000s. He is quick, though. He just lost his pieces. Anyway, I just picked a random challenge. This isn't really a good game, but I didn't have an opponent. Nobody was here, and I just wanted to get warmed up. So I played a random challenge against a 1000 player. It was the only one that fit my time control. 5+3. It's not a good match. You know, I'm playing somebody 1,400 points lower. Players lower. Astrobate, yay, you're here. What's up? VIP. VIP. Princess Chess is not here, but Chess Smurf is. My opponent left the game. Oh, man. Left the game. I won. Anyway, that was a warm-up game. Got challenged from Nitish and Sanjeev. But make the challenge, please make the challenge 5+3. Sanjeev. What's up, Astrobate? How was your New Year's Eve? Good. Happy B-Day. Happy birthday. Happy. Very important person, Astrobate. Okay, guys, I'm just taking challenge 5+3. Casual only. It's simple. There's one time control. 3+2 is unacceptable. Anything longer is unacceptable as well. It's got to be 5+3. It makes it easier that way. Everybody challenged me to the same time control. Normally on Mondays and Wednesdays I'm playing 5-3 through 7+3, a mix of time controls, but this way it's just like no confusion. We just have one time control. If it doesn't apply to the formula, then I'm not going to accept the challenge. So, what's up, guys? Happy New Year to everybody. Grabbed a pawn here. I'm not really a pawn grabbing type, but I can't resist. White might have a little bit of counterplay with the active rook. I don't really think so. Secondary pawn. Bishop c3 check, no. Alright, we're going to go back. Back home. Queen a5 check is also possible, grabbing another pawn. I could have grabbed the pawn on a2 before, but I didn't want to get my queen into a precarious position. I'm mitigating risk by not taking a second pawn. Objectively, I should probably take the second pawn at some point. Probably immediately, I would assume. A computer would say I should play here queen takes a2, but I didn't want my queen to get caught out of position. This is not good for white. I was expecting that move, actually, but I'm sure we have a solution to the situation. Here's a little bit of compensation, developmental compensation. The weakness on these squares. Muckaluk, thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Take more risks, Chess Smurf. No need to take risks when you can win with straightforward play. Depends on what your goals are. I mean, I just want to win every single game I play. Nothing much. It's doing a good job, though. staying in the game, staying active with the pieces. A few pawn problems for white. No resolution yet. Revolutions, maybe. Not really a traditional New Year's. Doesn't feel like. I don't really like that knight there. He's like speeding up. It's a lot of pawnage. This pawn is gone. I'm up 3 pawns in an endgame. That's pretty serious. Pretty serious. 1 pawn isn't a big deal, you know, usually, but 2 or 3 is a few pawns too many. Surprisingly difficult. I probably ought to let one of these pawns go and just get one of them really far down there, either to b2 or a2. It's looking kind of difficult to protect both of my pawns at all times. Here I have e5. It has a back rank problem. I guess that's it. Back rank mate. That's the killer. No resolutions yet, but I'm open to suggestions. Thought I was winning, but I guess it's not so easy. So much for that theory. Maybe it's still winning, huh? It's like a little tactic puzzle. Baby one. Almost missed it. Less alcohol. Alcohol is bad for you. In German, pawn means farmer. When chess got created, farmers were rich people. Yeah, I don't know about the names of the pieces. In the original form of chess, were pawns farmers. They are the lowest form of chess life, but very important. I mean, I was talking about this yesterday, all questions aside. The most difficult thing is to learn how to play with pawns. I think for people, mastering that is really, really hard. Trickiest part of the game, objectively. He's grabbing a pawn as we speak. Have a pawn. Would you like a pawn? Help yourself. I don't care about that one. I shouldn't have even bothered protecting it. I just opened myself up to stuff like h4. It was really sort of materialistic to even play g5. I should be worried about more important things. Pawns become landowners when they get down to the other side. Whether they were rich in the beginning or not, they're definitely rich now when they get to the other side. It's good to see there's people. I was afraid we wouldn't have any viewers. More exercise, improve chest stamina. Yes, good idea. Should go for a long walk. That's a good one. That's a good idea. What's up? Asturbate. Controlling the key queening square. Not much to do now, but sit back and wait. This guy's not giving up. Give up. Told you to give up. Time to resign. Alright. Anyways, we've got a challenge from our new subscriber, Trolling a Roll. He was given a gift sub yesterday. A rematch can't do. No can do. May King March. Alright. Five plus 3 casual. Why? I can't see. Yeah, there. That's good. Acer. So how did you guys sleep last night? I did not really sleep. Tried, but I couldn't. Trolling a Roll, welcome back to the subscribership. Maybe we'll play at just 960. Trolling a Roll was challenging me, yep. Just 966 plus 4. Good morning, everybody. Everybody. As my son said when he was little, all body, which I always thought was cool. Bishop f6. What's up with Bishop f6 here? Bishop f6, gf. It's early to play Bishop f6. Actually, why can't black play Bishop e7 there? Is it such a bad move? Bishop e7 now, I guess, is knight c4. Interesting. Yeah, that's probably why. I haven't been thinking about the Sveshnikov too much these days. I don't play a lot of e4. I always say that I play e4, but then when it comes time to play in a serious tournament, and I start considering playing e4, I usually back off. I played one e4 game. Maybe I've played more than one. I mean, I've had some games by transposition. Not one e4 game in my life. I mean, recently. But things like the Sveshnikov are so theoretical, I try to avoid it. I didn't play e4 till I was already a master. It was not my first thing. Alright, so this is one of the theoretical lines, I guess. Play more e4 resolution. You're into resolutions. This is the question. This bishop, where does it go? d3, e2, g3, bishop g2, bishop h3. Reminds me of a different position. Is G3 a move here? No, it can't be. It's too slow. Something slightly unusual about this move order. Sometimes people play like bishop d3 to provoke e4. I can't really bring myself to do that. I just want to get the hell out of here. My resolution was to wake up and do the stream, I guess. I really didn't want to. I mean, I wanted to, but I was too sleepy. It was hard to wake up, so I'm proud of that I motivated myself. To do the first stream of the year, when most people are not doing anything. It's the first of the year. It's a holiday for most people. I decided to do this anyway as a test of my determination. Alright, so we got challenges from Troll and a Roll. Chess 960. I played 1 or 2 Chess 960s. You're putting yourself into disadvantage with my streaming schedule. What do you mean by that, Troll? You mean by streaming so early? Or what exactly would you like to clarify? Perhaps you'd like to clarify your statement. What you mean by that, Troll? That's kind of... I understand, but it's vague. What do you mean exactly? The fact that I alternate between mornings and evenings, or is a particular time better? Just weird hours. How's your sleep deprivation coming, Astrobate? Well, I used to start at 10 a.m. I don't know if you remember. Like 2 years ago. Which was even too early. But both, the thing is that you've got to understand is that my main job is teaching chess. Like, streaming isn't my primary occupation. So I've got to do streaming around my other schedule. That's the reason why my schedule's a little weird. But the other thing is there's so many people streaming now. I'm not sure like streaming at like prime time is necessarily better. It's kind of overdone. Alright, so I had a game similar to this. War Loser, what's up? I had a game similar to this recently, where I think I played like knight b4. Perhaps e3 is a more conventional square. If I was streaming at 8 or 9 a.m., I could get Americans to watch. Yeah, you have a point there. That's because I'm lazy and tired, and it's hard to get myself out of bed. Yeah, with the 10 o'clock start, I have more Westerners. It's amazing that I can be so consistent. I have this one guy that I work with, that I record videos with, and he's like always there, every time. He almost never cancels. I'm pretty good about it. F5 was sort of what I expected here. So, do I have a problem with F4 blockade strategy? Those two bishops are the key to black's position. Bishop pair. Last time I played this line, I had like knight b4, but that seemed kind of weird. Retroactively. But I guess it was okay. I have the idea of breaking the queenside. That's like kind of white's main idea. Breaking the queenside over here. That makes more sense with knight b4 though. The knight sort of shields black's play along the b file. Shields me from black's play along the b file. I have some weakness on the dark squares. I was talking to Princess Chess and who else yesterday about f4. That's a good idea. King h8. I think I'll do that too. Where did you get that idea? Anyway, black could use the G file maybe. Rook A7 classic Sveshnikov. And when in doubt, you play A4. And that's all I can do. I'm out of ideas now. Sometimes they play Rook B8 in these type of lines, you know, to actually discourage that idea. I mean, the Rook is nice, but I mean, B8 might discourage me from playing A4 in some variations. I think it's approximately equal. I mean, maybe white has a very slight pull here, breaking the queenside structure. Everything's protected. Then there was B4. I guess I'm going to hang this pawn on C3 at some point. Bang! Wow. Underestimated that move, I guess. It is a protected pass pawn. Of course, I can always play G4 at some point later. Perfect game. I don't know. Winning at the end. I don't think I had much. I didn't have much. Maybe we have something. No. The engine says it's dead equal. Dead equality. So even this is good. Even E4 is good. And this move is a mistake. Queen A8. You're only a tiny bit worse. Bishop D5, Queen D5, Bishop C3. Okay, that's kind of awkward. But it looks fine. Almost every game is like an obstacle to Bishop endgame in the Sveshnikov. Curious, like, how far is theory here? No games with F5. Willie Hendricks against Yaneza Vega Marcos, 2003. Black is slightly better. John Vandervelde played Bishop F3 in 1979 when the Sveshnikov was still in its infancy. Wow. There's a move I didn't even consider. I made it an accuracy. And black was slightly better. Alright. Troll and roll with chess 960. Dude, the 6+3, really? You have to mess up the time control? Do you think computer analysis has impacted my play? Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I've been dealing with computers since I was... I mean, chess computers have always been part of my life, in a way. You know, even when I was a little kid and I first started playing chess, I got a... Okay, that wasn't computer analysis, but I mean, ever since, like, Chess Master came out in maybe, like, the 80s, it's had an impact. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I think analyzing helps my game, but I mean, using the engine, I feel like it helps my game. But maybe not as much like analysis. Yeah, I think it helps. The answer is yes. Has it impacted my play? You didn't ask me if it helps. You asked me if it has impacted my play. Yeah, I think so. It might make me play a little more correctly than I otherwise probably would. The influence of the engine forces you to tighten up your game a little bit if you're really paying attention. I would think, sometimes I think, not enough. So what are we going to do? I like how Muckaluk calls it the Blitz era. The Blitz era. Magnus Carlsen, master of practicality. I had this very bad feeling like there's bishop h3. You know, you're so used to certain pieces coming to certain squares. Well, I mean, hopefully classical chess isn't dead. I'm not really interested in playing only Blitz. Blitz is fun, but it's not as rewarding. For now, we have to settle for mostly Blitz because of obvious reasons. Yeah, but I think the computer has impacted my play. I don't know how dramatically. I used to play matches with like classical games with the computers 20 years ago, when they were still human. That, I think, impacted my play too, though. You know, playing against the engines made me probably too conservative. Now it's like impossible to play against computers. I think it would just make you like give up the game altogether if you try to play with engines. I found it already like discouraging even 20 years ago. Now it's like brutal. F4. Yeah, I mean, not only that, if you play with opponents who are stronger than you too much, it's going to make you lose your confidence. And just generally too afraid to play, I would think. Perfect positional play by Troll. And perhaps there I should have played Rook F2, but I'm not real sure about it. I don't like this bishop on C4, it's too strong. Troll's rating is a troll. He's really like 2000, I guess. You collected all the GM versus computer games, classical chess? Right. I gave up around 2003. I think between like maybe 1999 and 2003, I could still play with the top engines and draw on a regular basis. Maybe even very rarely win a game. But I realized pretty quickly it was hopeless. But it starts making you change the way you play. Like you're playing for a draw all of a sudden. I was like, wait, this isn't good for my game. If I'm playing computers and like I'm scared to do anything, this is going to really negatively impact my play. So I guess that's a problem with playing stronger players too much. You know, people always say you should play the strongest opposition, but I'm not sure it's quite so simple. Probably the best is to play slightly stronger opposition to yourself to help you to get better, but without like discouraging you too much. You know, you've got to have a chance or the game isn't even fun. Correct? Troll, your play is unbelievable. Troll plays like an engine without really a lot of tactics. He's positionally like a computer, I would say. That's a strange sort of thing to say. That concept wouldn't have existed a long time ago, but computers were traditionally like bad at strategic chess. Troll is basically an engine with its tactics turned off. The engines have become much stronger, obviously, in strategy. Before it was just brute force calculation. Now they have a lot more algorithms to guide them in strategic concepts, I guess. I'm not really sure how it works. I'm not a computer programmer. Chessmer says, I need to lose more in serious games. It's the only thing that motivates me to get better. You need to lose more. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. I need to lose more. Well, you need to play stronger opposition, possibly. That's basically what I'm talking about. I can't move my rook moved already, so I can't castle kingside, is what I'm trying to say. It would be nice to castle kingside right about there, I would suppose, though this knight on e4 is very strong. Yeah, like playing in a pool where you're the best player and you never play anyone who's better than you is obviously not going to be a good way to get better, and probably a way to get slowly weaker. You're going to like sink down to their level. I mean, I'm playing a lot of weaker players here on my stream. It's not necessarily terrible for my game, but it's also not testing me as much as playing stronger players. That's why I like to play over the board. Knight d6. I almost played queen e3, but then I thought, okay, what if this is not protected on b2? Is that relevant? Not really in a way he could take advantage of that, actually. Like, if I play queen d3, c5 takes, he doesn't have time for bishop e2. This would ultimately maybe be a better square for the queen. I thought also it's exposed along the d-file. I'm not sure he should retreat the knight, though. Maybe just something like queen d7. Because if I take on e4, Troll was concerned about the pawn structure, but the fact of the matter is it's like hard for me to attack that pawn on e4. We still have over-the-board play. Like, I'm not really sure what the deal is in the United States, where the virus is raging out of control pretty much everywhere. In Europe, I mean, there's still tournaments. We can still play. I saw there was tournaments. There was the tournament in Spain a couple weeks ago. There's there's Russian tournaments, Chinese tournaments. It seems like everywhere except for the United States, chess is ongoing. There's a lot of things that are canceled. Like, we don't have our Hungarian team championship. But it's weird, there are individual tournaments still going on. Personally, I don't want to play while this pandemic is out of control. I think it's a little irresponsible. I did play in a tournament in October, and I felt kind of weird about that. It was already getting out of control. You think too much, Chess Murph. Ratings will be skewed in what way? Still didn't get enough sleep. My king is almost safe. You got the knight to b5. Good dark square control. d4. This queen. The knight on b5. But Troll has a very strange style. I was saying yesterday during my stream that king safety is the #1 thing in chess. Truthfully believe that. I guess you can take and play like e6 now. Whoa. Rutro. Rastro. There's something very strange about the way Troll plays, to me. How can you play... How do you define his play? It's like there are no tactics. Plays without tactics. How do you define this? That is a tactic, though. It's starting to take my rook. Weird. Is Bishop d7 the right move here? I thought I can play c6. Now knight c3. God, I don't know, man. Weird game, man. You've got a very weird game there. Almost as weird as your ratings. 1555, 1666, 1666, 1845. What's up with the 1845? That's your only real rating? Why is the rapid rating 1845? I had 4 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes. Ugh. Horrible. Bulgaria. Megatherium GM. Oh, this is too hard for the first of the year. Oh my god. Alright. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Good morning to the new year, 2021. Is my camera frozen? Or is the stream just... Is Twitch just laggy? No, it looks alright. It's just Twitch. It's not me. Why am I seeing chat from like 15 minutes ago? Dude, there it is. Disaster. No, the camera's fine. What's that, KS Legion? Alright, we got a strong opponent. Man, I feel so sleepy. I couldn't sleep till like 5 in the morning last night. I couldn't fall asleep. And I was like gonna not stream today, but I didn't want to disappoint anybody. Including myself. It's a bad start to the year if you cancel your first stream. Yeah, I mean, I could make it a shorter stream, sure. Anything's better than canceling. The show must go on. This H6, huh? H6. Where's Cheesy Noob? Welcome. Bon appetit. I don't know anything in French. I don't know how to say Happy New Year in French, so. Weird variation, huh? C5. Or I could play E5 and D5, maybe? Yeah, but I mean E5, Queen G6. Maybe that is good for me. I don't feel right about this, but we'll try it. I feel like I'm overextending. Megatherium sounds like some kind of cryptocurrency. You want to go a full year playing on a flipped board? That's pretty demented. That's a seriously crazy thing to think of. I'll go a full year playing blindfold. That would explain why your style is so weird if you've been playing for years with a flipped board. That would seriously mess up the way you play. It's got to have a very strange effect on your chess game. Experimental chess experiential experiments. I don't know what you call it. Experiments in chess perception with Troll. How would that affect your game if you started playing with the board backward all the time? Bishop e6 is coming anyway, so we might as well be prepared. But I don't believe what I've done here is quite enough for white. Pete surprised me with this move h6. I don't know what to do after h6. It's actually a pretty common line. Am I supposed to play bishop h4? I think this was pretty much forced, the threat of 95. But objectively, it looks like white is just a little bit overextended, almost. Interesting. I was really hoping for, like, what was I hoping for? Some sort of fantasy variation. It's early. I was thinking of crazy things about ways to play like knight g5. How would that possibly work? I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I thinking? Why would I think of the move h4? Seriously. That is just a weird idea. Okay. At some point, moving my h-pawn might be a good move. Just so I don't get back rank mated. But this is nothing for white. Too many exchanges. I could probably be slightly worse if I really try here. But objectively, black, you know, shouldn't really be better, I guess. Reminds me of a game I lost, unfortunately, a couple months ago in the last tournament. Same blockade on the e6 square for Mendoka. There were a lot more pieces on the board in that game where I had more chances for like maneuvers and stuff. Here I have nothing. No, this sucks. This officially sucks. Alright, then. He has a really good blockade of the e6 square. If my pawn can't move, I can't play knight g5, I can't play knight d4. I have no way to push that pawn forward. Therefore, my kingside majority is like moot. Moot. I don't have anything. I'm slightly worse. Black has control of the open file. My structure is inferior. I can't move my majority. He has a majority on the queen side. That's good. Perfect game by black. Very careful and solid. I'll have to look this up when we finish the game. I want to see what the deal is with h6. I mean, the way I played subsequently may have been wrong, obviously. There's a good chance the idea of maybe I should have played rook e3. Speaking of rook e3, not a good game. We might be able to hold on here. I'm sure I was lost objectively, but I didn't see like an easy win for black. Trading rooks might have been a mistake. He got his pawn back, but he didn't get a winning position. Oh no. He missed knight h3 there. Should be a draw, but you gotta. You missed knight h3 last move. You deserve to be tortured for that. It's gonna be a draw. We should at least give it a try. Alright, I gotta go, guys. Not go. I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. I'll be right back. One minute. Maybe 3 minutes. Sorry, guys. Alright, New Year's Day. Welcome back. I wanted to take a look at this opening before we take another game here. I've got challenges, re-challenges. Troll's trolling me with the times. Alright, I want to take a look at the opening here. I don't quite understand. What am I missing with this? So h6 is a line. It's just very rarely played. 200 games. Do we have b5 the other day? It's also a rare move. So h6, bishop f6 is forced. And c5. Man, this really sucks for white. Like, how does white... This seems like a good variation for black. How do I claim anything here? I don't understand. My dark square bishop is gone. You've got guaranteed exchange of two pieces. Seems like a really good variation. Mega churches. Mega churches. Yesterday in Utah got fined. Was it Utah? California, I can't remember where. For having massive gatherings of people. Pro-virus mega churches. Brilliant. Supposed to castle. Man, this is a good variation for black, actually. For my opponent here. That's not clear. I'm not real excited about that. The lichess database, everything's played much. Yeah. Quality control there is a little bit low. You gotta be very careful, but it's getting better. I mean, you got some strong players on lichess now, so. But I mean, you gotta really be very selective. Yeah, maybe you can find some interesting ideas sometimes. It depends. I'm skeptical. You gotta consider that most of these games are bullet games when you're going through the lichess database. 95% of the games are bullet games. You gotta scoop those out too. You can search by that too, but even so, the best you're gonna get is yeah, I mean, maybe you can find some ideas. I think that in more really super theoretical lines, Muckaluk, that might be worthwhile. In the Najdorf, mainline Najdorfs or something, where there's really deep theory, maybe you can find. But in obscure variations, I'm not sure it's gonna really make a difference. Alright, e4. Yeah, you got to exclude bullet. Yeah, I do it sometimes. When I first started playing on lichess a few years ago, it would have been hopeless, but now there's enough good players that it's true. That's a good point. You can start to find some interesting ideas. Alright. I've been experimenting with this idea of playing the Philidor. Objectively, it's not a great opening. But it has some practical value. Did I already play Heinisberger today? No. I don't like to play doubles. Troll and Roll's re-challenging me. If I have no one else to play, I'll take a second challenge from Troll. But it's chess base on their site, free account. What do you mean free account? You can sign up and have a free account. I remember like it took 2 years for ChessBase to reset or to tell me what my play chess password was. Legion. Something like that. I tried for like 10 times. They never responded to my emails. When I asked for a password reset. Maybe like ChessBase is working better than it used to. Now you have Queen B3 here. I could be in trouble. C2. Bishop E6. What's up with like Bishop E6 here? This doesn't work, I don't think. Maybe it does. Man, I don't know. It's not like I don't know what ChessBase is. I mean, I used it for like 25 years, but at some point it started to piss me off. Because I must have paid for ChessBase like 4 times in the course of my lifespan. Legion. After buying ChessBase like 4 times, I was a little bit aggravated that I had to like pay for a new. At some point you get a little bit annoyed that you have to pay for a new version or something. I've paid so much money to ChessBase since like let's say 1992 or something like that. I could probably buy a car. With all the money that I spent on ChessBase over like a 30-year, well, 25-year period, let's say. I had Chess Assistant at one point. That was actually a good program. Alternative to ChessBase. Now they have to change their marketing model, their business model, because everything is like more like likely to be free. Okay, what do I do here? So you didn't take on E6. Keeping this pawn. Yeah, I don't know about Chess Assistant. I wasn't that dedicated to Chess Assistant, but I liked it. When I tried it, I had it on one machine. What ended up happening was the laptop I had it installed on got stolen. And I don't think I ever got it back. Fly-by-night operation. I think they're still probably around. But I mean, Heinisberger, wow. 1654. This is a cool opening. Chess is okay. Okay, chess. Chess ass. Chess Assistant, to be exact. I did like their program. Oh, you're kidding.
Really?
Ribka bought it. Oh, that's wild. That's weird. Even weird. It was like a Russian company. Vasek was here in Budapest for a while. But it seems like Ribka's kind of faded out. I guess I should take that pawn. There was a little issue here with the check on c6. I suppose I could have taken... No, I'd lose a piece. Take, check, and take. Yeah, there's no option. Yeah, I know Vasek from Boston, actually. He went to MIT at one point, and I actually played chess with him when he wasn't even... I don't think he was even 2000 rated. He went to MIT, and I was at Boston University at one point. So I played him in Boston. Then I didn't see him for quite a while. Later I played in the New York Open. Later I saw him here in Budapest. Of course, he was doing Ribka. Man, Hanishberger. Hanishberger's like all over the map with different sorts of ideas constantly. I can't keep up with what he's trying to do. I don't know how he's 1600. There's no way you're 1600. Yeah, I thought it had easier to use than chess base as well. It was simpler. Had a nicer feel to it. Seriously, how is Hanishberger 1600? I'm 9-0 against him. But he plays really tough. I just got lucky the first 9 games, basically. He's like 2 minutes ahead of me on the clock. Seriously? Wow. And outplaying me on the board. Near 1600. Black's probably lost here objectively. Dude, how strong is Hanish Burger? You're like a master. Just became a master. This was a very good game by White. I'm lucky to hold on. A little bit uptick in strength for the new year. I might be able to get a draw out of this. You're much, much faster than me. Apparently just as strong. We missed a lot of wins in this game. Little hard to believe you're 1654. Apparently I had something here. I don't understand it. CB2. I missed CB2. There's this. And now here, and I pin him to the bishop, so he has to move the queen, and he's down a pawn in an endgame. Not really. Not really an endgame. Man, that was scary. I was worse, pretty much. I was totally lost here. Surprisingly, I'm holding on after d4. I can't believe it. So 92 trapping my rook would have won. I missed that too. Very strong game by White. Well, I mean, bullet or not, like, you had 5+3, I had 5+3, and you outplayed me the whole game till the end, using very little time. It's impressive, but I don't think you're 1600. Princess Chess 6-4, Cheesy Noob, and Mr. Slow. We've got time for some more challenges. I can't talk. That game just took all my life energy. God. Not the knight c3. Alright. We can play g6 against Princess Chess. They won't play. Playing in bullet tournaments doesn't make you play well, you know. It's the playing well part that's tough for me. A lot of people can play fast, Hanish Burger. Playing well and fast is a definite danger factor. I get lots of players who move super fast, but I can handle them because they make mistakes. But if you play fast and don't make mistakes, I'm in trouble. So, the bishop e3. I played queen a5 once before. Interestingly, I had this line with white. I played a very rare close Sicilian with white. You have time for a coffee. Sounds good. Troll and Roll is not getting a second challenge in front of everyone else. Cheesy Noob, Mr. Slow. Hossein challenged me to rated. That's not happening. So this is interesting. Castles. And d4 is possible there. But it's a little bit overrated. We might have had this game once already. This is the way that I was taught to play it with black, but it feels a little bit passive, frankly. I think we had this basic position once before. Someone was talking to me about videos he saw where black recommended playing f5. I mean, the author recommended playing, an IM or GM was recommending playing f5 if white is threatening to play f5. But that's not always the right idea. Here we're trying to kind of blockade the dark squares. Trading pieces might make my life a little easier. Alright. If bishop e6, 93. Queen d7, f5, there you go again. With tactics. Maybe b5, b4. If f5, what do I do? You're supposed to close the position. Happy New Year, Jim. Thanks everybody for joining us in this new year. Hopefully this will be better than the last. The last few have been really crap, so I'm not that optimistic, but I'm not optimistic by nature. Guys, tomorrow's off, and then Sunday there's no streamer battle this week. Vital Evente taking the week off from organizing our weekly streamer battle. So we've got the simul stream, the next stream on Sunday at 6:30 CET, excuse me. I'm still stuck on summertime. CET, Central European Time. The Mad Ramus. Midramus. Princess Chess is suddenly trying to play d4. Wow, that's weird. I did not even suspect. I can't believe you're trying to play d4. I'm so innocently sitting here not expecting that. It looks so dangerous, right? On this diagonal, but what do I do? This is kind of counterintuitive. I'm blocking my own rook. But I don't know what white's doing over there with the old queen h5. I mean, is knight Is knight g4 an actual threat? Maybe. You got your hack your internet, so I start the year with my phone internet. What happened? You got hacked internet? Sorry, what's that? Knight c6. Now that's believing in strong points. I have a horrible pawn at d6. But in exchange I get a great knight on e5. Is it worth it? I don't know. Interesting exchange here. Accepting a horrible pawn in order to get monster knight. It looks alright. White's bishop is a testament to time immemorial. Stone, petrified, fossilized bishop. You have to wait for a few days for tech. It's a good time, right? So my guys cut the fiber for all the road. Oh my god. It sounds like something from a futuristic sci-fi movie. Mad Max or something. Bishop h5. Alright, let's just remain calm here. BFD. You can't beat Princess Chess on time. Much like my last opponent, very, very quick. How about knight versus bad bishop? Oh, you like it. Alright. For the computer in you probably likes that. Engine would love this position for white. The typical chess engine loves itself a bad bishop. And my pawn on d6 might be limited in its lifespan. But there's more important things than the lifespan of your d6 pawn, I guess. Interesting. Interesting. Technically, queen and knight combination is very strong, but my main idea here is to just get through to the 7th rank. You don't want to trade queens. Batman night. Total Batman night. How's your bishop feeling there? A little claustrophobic? I understand. Simplify. Whoa. I'm not sure what the best move is. I was looking at another move there. What is this? This looks like almost a transposition. Wait, I was looking at this? G4. Maybe D4 now. I don't want to let the bishop out there. Batman Knight. The Prince of Darkness. Maybe I can hang my queen like I did against Cormorant in the Blitz tournament. That was brutal. On Tuesday, I was 7-0. I was on the verge of winning round 8 and just dropped my queen all together in one move and like a +5 position. And then Uber night, absolutely. Then I drew the last round. I was depressed. Cheesy Noob, welcome. Mr. Slow. Alright, we got time for 2 or 3 more games. I wish everybody a happy new year. Go Cheesy Noob. No C3 for the new year. Cheesy Noob. Now C3. That's a good system. I think Astrobay must be sleeping. E5. Very strange move. Cheers, guys. Speaking of cheers, this week we had cheers from Mr. Slowhand, Oms, and WJ Loof. Let me see the list here. Mr. Slowhand, Oms, WJ Loof, Chessmurph, Jim, Mule Skinner, HTFP. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. I don't understand why it's not showing my weekly top gifters. We had gift subs yesterday. What is up with that? I don't understand. Like, Chessmurph64 definitely donated gift subs yesterday. Why are they not showing up? Does anybody understand that? Why would... It says weekly top gifters and there's like nothing there. I don't know, this is a weird position. It looks like a Pierce, but I haven't played knight f6. Last couple of games for today, guys. So which way do I take? With the queen, try to get the knight to a better square, or the knight? My other question is, should I play knight on bd7 instead of bishop d7? This seems like the right move. We have a very unconventional position here. Cheesy Noob's development is kind of lagging. All this, well, mine is too. I guess. Let me just take. Now he may just be losing a pawn. Cheesy Noob's a little too creative in the opening. He's basically a good Sicilian for black now. I mean, generally speaking, you never play this e5, what he did, you know, voluntarily, like, overextending your pawn. We don't need to. I don't know about knight g4, but anyway, I should get my knight out to h6 with a good position. White's development is artificial. His centers overextended. His pieces aren't off the back rank. I'm winning the battle in development here. And his pawns are overextended. Threatening 95. 95, 95, d5. Not 95, 95, rook c3. There's the f7 square. Welcome to the f7 square. If knight g5, I play knight h6, I guess. There are other good moves. Maybe just e5. White's lost here objectively. Probably he should recapture on f4. Yeah, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, bishop takes f4. This is probably... Objectively, I think like knight g5 may be the losing move after e5. It's overwhelming. Unless he has bishop f4. But I don't think that works. No. Organize a Sladgie party. What's up? Astrobate, how are you still awake? Did you go to sleep last night? Guys, we have time for like 2 more games after this. Thanks everybody for joining. Tomorrow, no stream on Saturdays, but we've got Sunday. No streamer battle, but Sunday simul at 6:30 CET. Thanks, Lord Blitza. I'm one of the few people that doesn't have a bad hangover this morning. I was too tired to drink any alcohol, any substantial amounts of alcohol last night. You got to be in the mood, you know. I mean, white is just lost here, straight up. Pretty much any move wins. Cheesy Noob is crazy noob. Plays all kinds of random crazy stuff. This is craziness. E5 against the modern. You can't justify the E5 push without a knight on F6. You know, if you do it for a gain of a move, you're attacking my knight on F6, then it's totally playable. But just to play it unprovoked is a massive loss of time. Astrobate used to do stuff like that. Astrobate was into playing E5 prematurely a lot in the Joko piano and other stuff. You had New Year's Eve beef brisket. Sounds good, man. Whoops. It's a shame that Antoni's not here. He's a culinary person. But he's not here because he's Italian and all they specialize is food, of course. He's probably eating with his Italian family wonderful food of some sort. What am I gonna do? But he likes barbecue. That's why I mentioned it. It seems strange. Think of Europeans liking barbecue. Knight h3. This looks ugly. Migrating. The public. Lots of fireworks. Astrobate in Vegas. Hopefully they were fireworks, not gunshots. Want to start the year right? We didn't have much fireworks here at all. Very few, in fact. The least I've ever heard in Budapest. I guess assuming because of the pandemic, fireworks were lessened, though I don't really see a direct connection. We can all hear the fireworks or see them from home. Alright, Cheesy Noob. You've gone too far today, honestly. This year. Yeah, this is ugly. Ugly. WWF SmackDown. That is not good. Cheesy Noob has limited internet functionality now. The undersea cables were cut by pirates. Slow grind, Sadamasa. Dr. Chipchance, welcome. Happy New Year to everybody. We're good. Mr. Slow, welcome. All right. Uncomfortable chair for my New Year's stream. Let's do it. Trying to stay awake. That's the key. We actually have 41 viewers. I wasn't expecting anybody to show up today. The Romanician attack with A4. I'm not sure if A6 is a normal response. I guess I go A5 anyway. Grab the space. I think the first person I saw this playing this was the deceased Spanish Grandmaster Garcia Iondane. I was like, I can't believe you can play A4 just randomly on the white side of a King's Indian fianchetto. But then I came to find out that it was Romanician system. C5 delayed version. So if he gets a Benko type of position, it might not be that bad. Even a Sicilian here wouldn't be so bad after E4, pawn takes pawn. I feel like it's a strange setup. Knight BD7, A6, and C5, but it may not be that bad for black. So D5, what do I do after B5 takes? We have a weird kind of Benko. Doesn't seem that bad, truthfully. Prophylactically played. Correct. Normally we're going to C4, but I think in this instance we're headed for B3. Slightly different route. "2020 Wish." What are those, candles? Are those bells? Damn, E6. Mr. Slow is... he's not to be trifled with. If I take... Wait. Alright, so I can take... You have to take with the pawn. And then bishop F4. I don't know. Threatening knight C6. The Mega Streamer battle is missing. Not this week. I am not responsible for lack of Mega Streamer battle on Sunday. I just do what they tell me. What the senior grandmasters say. No torture battle this week. I guess Vital Levente wanted to have time to recover from New Year's Eve. Like 1 or 2 days isn't enough for proper recovery from from New Year's Eve parties. So no streamer battle on Sunday. You need like at least a week to recover properly. Something like that. I've got the knight on a5, the vulture. Where's Warnacki? He was here yesterday. It's a big piece. Oh yeah. Welcome to the Benoni, or whatever it is. May all your Benonis be great. Kasparov's and Dubov's Immortal Games. Is Kasparov somehow related to Dubov? I'm not sure I understand the connection. I know about Dubov. Well, he's just promoting his tournament. The Carlsen tournament. But how does Kasparov figure into it? He's just randomly analyzing Kasparov games? That's good clickbait. No, I like Hikaru. He's cool. Alright, knight takes d5. I just was wondering, you're comparing Dubov to Kasparov? Is that what the idea is? Dubov's the next world champion because he won like a blitz match against Hikaru? I mean, against Carlsen. Everybody always exaggerates stuff. I mean, Dubov is great, but I don't know that he's going to be world champion because he won a single 10-minute match against Magnus. It's a little bit exaggerated to start comparing him to Kasparov. He did have the great game from the Russian Super Final, though. That's real chess, and I respect that more. Okay, I didn't know if it was a prediction of the next world champion or something. People get excited when there's like a brilliant game played. I like to be realistic. Mr. Sohan just sacrificed 2 exchanges. With the same knight, I grabbed both. No, I like Dubov, I mean, from the beginning, when I first saw him play a few years ago. I think I did a lecture on Chess Lecture maybe 3 years ago on one of his games, before most people even had heard of him. He is creative. Now, it's rare to see someone really creative nowadays. It's a nice contrast from Magnus, actually. He's basically the anti-Magnus. That's the cool thing. I would definitely root for Dubov before Magnus for sure. I mean, Magnus is straight up boring. He's not as boring as some players, but for a world champion, he's kind of boring, you know. I mean, he's more interesting than some. Well, the problem with people of Dubov's style, like a lot of people said the exact same thing about Morozevich, you know. But they burn out. The creativity takes a lot of energy, you know. Playing that style takes a lot of energy. Look at like Mamedyarov, how inconsistent he is. You just can't maintain that kind of chess very easily. With Magnus's technical grinding style, it's like lower. You know, it doesn't take as much energy. What am I doing? I'm playing Queen A5. Everybody was like, oh, Morozevich is going to be the world champion. You know, but he's too unstable. Like, his style is too little too, like, inconsistent or something. I mean, Karyakin was a huge prodigy. Okay, Mr. So is not awake yet. We got him. I'm not trying to diss Dubov. I like Dubov. I like him better than Magnus, but I'm just not sure with that kind of style. It just takes incredible energy. This is cool, though. He's got a mate. Potential mate there. Bishop takes f4. How can I mate myself? It's like impossible to get mated here. Actually. Virtually impossible. It was possible, actually. There was one last shot, knight h3 or knight f2. Yeah, very possible. If I just leave the knight there. One of my worst blunders in the Blitz tournament was that mate with knight h3. But I mean, you can't have everything, like a kind of crowd-pleasing player and the world champion. I think that Dubov will be great, but he may not be consistent enough to be #1 in the world. He'll probably be up there for many years. But more like Morozevich. Magnus has kind of changed chess into, I don't know, for me he's a little too like kind of practical, you know. I don't think he's an interesting player like a lot of other players. You know, that would be my criticism. Too practical, you know, for my personal self. Not exciting. Alright, King's Indian, right? We have time for one more game after this. Another meaningless Blitz game to start the year. Well, I've got you ready now with the A4 fianchetto. Speaking of Dubov, what would Dubov play now? Does anyone know? Not that move. Dubov was like one of the first people to popularize c5, which is basically like a revolutionary way of playing the black side of the Grunfeld bishop g5 line. I would give c5 like an exclamation point here, although it was almost completely unknown until like 2 years ago. Knight e4 is good, but c5 is a new path. a5 was already a misclick. a6, okay. I was wondering, but I didn't know if it was that bad, honestly. I don't normally play this line with white, so bear with me. Bishop f4 looks too much like the London system. I have to go here. Chess is different since Tal's generation, obviously. Unfortunately. Not always in good ways. So this is theory. I can check and take. Check and take the pawn. I've never played this, maybe once at the most. But seriously, like, c5 is a really cool move. Dubov was one of the first. He has interesting ideas and openings. His apparition, he's training beer. Dude, it's hard to be world champion for a long time and keep your motivation up. But, you know, maybe playing like these rapid online tournaments, can't really judge by that. We'll see when chess goes back to normal, I think, better. But I would imagine it's hard to maintain your motivation after you've been world champion for a while. You know, it's like, what do I do now? Just try to get more money? It's not as interesting. Caruana, well, I mean, what happened to him is the pandemic, and the guy's not particularly great at Blitz. I think if we had normal chess come back, you know, And it's not about Magnus Carlsen's. Nothing happened to him. He's a great player. But we're in the sort of twilight zone right now. Fabiano is not a great blitz player by top 10 standards. So he's not going to be dominating the Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura rapid chess circuit like others. Yet he couldn't, yet Magnus couldn't beat him in a standard time control match. I appreciate Caruana. I really do. He plays real chess. Just because he's not like one of the best blitz players. I don't think the World Championship match, the World Championship match, let's put it this way. The World Championship match tie breaks, where it goes to blitz or rapid is absurd. That's why Magnus is world champion. If we had a real World Championship match which went on, and they just kept playing standard games, I would think there was a reasonable chance that the Magnus could lose. But as long as it's rapid and blitz tie breaks, he just clearly played for the blitz and rapid tie breaks because he's just better. I mean, he knew that he could beat Caruana in faster time controls. So he just waited and then beat him in that. But what if it wasn't blitz and rapid time controls? It would be interesting to see that, The challenge queue is over. I'm going to play one more game after this, but it's not Troll because he already played. He keeps trying to challenge me again. Unlimited games. B5 is hanging. Maybe I should take. I don't know. I think I will take this. What about knight c6 or something of that sort? Queen b5, cd4, cd4, knight c6. Maybe I should reinforce the center. There's also this move to undermine my center. What do I do about that? Eventually we can play e5. So he plays c4. In a vacuum, I mean, that move is a positional mistake, but this is not really a typical position. I just want normal chess to come back, Blobix. Alright. Sada Masagana is apparently a theoretical expert on the Grunfeld. You played the King's Indian against me too, though, didn't you? Or is that my imagination? I thought we had a King's Indian once. Right, the first Kasparov match was going on forever. Yeah, I mean, but there's been a lot of matches since that. That was never a problem again. I mean, maybe we can do it just with rapid games. Why does it have to degenerate into blitz, though? Really? Blitz? Can we just keep it at a reasonable time control? It doesn't have to go to blitz. That's too much. We could play the match just rapids, okay, maybe. But really, it goes down to blitz or something at the end? That's too much. Why not bullet chess? We'll decide the World Championship by bullet chess. I understand the point, but it's gone too far. No, I mean, I don't care about those rapid tournaments. It's just they're just grifting for money, it seems like. I guess I should be happy that chess players are earning money, but... Bishop e7, rook e8. Wow, this is a cool move. They just keep making tournament after tournament to get more money. Alright, I lose the e4 pawn. What am I going to do? You played backgammon with Magnus? You killed him? Nice. Yeah, the World Championship should definitely be determined by bullet. I'm sure that people like Magnus and Greg Shahade agree. The air things. Whatever you're good at. Caruana must be hating life, though, you know. He was like the second best player in the world until the pandemic happened. Now he's like nobody. According to the Blitz and Bullet fans. I don't know how I have a score as good as I do against this guy. He's fast and good. I'm surprised I have 5 wins and a draw. Unfortunately, you know, now they see that they can make a lot of money with Twitch streams, and I'm afraid that chess may never go back to the normal where it was before. A lot of people have been pushing for the faster games for years, and I think it's a shame, but like everything else, chess will become primarily focused on money. It's easier for people who are amateurs to understand, maybe if the game is more digestible, not as long. But the quality of games goes down drastically. You know, we'll never play good quality games in Blitz or Rapid Chess. Very rarely. Just if you do, it's like luck. I'm more of a purist. Obviously. All right. Black played a great game here. Objectively, it's a draw, probably. Probably. Objectively, probably. Maybe I can find a way to help mate myself. You actually win a pawn. Wow. Now I'm going to get outplayed in opposite color bishop endgame. Oh, I just lost my game. How strong is this guy? He made a blunder, not queening when he could. Now it's a draw. It's embarrassing. I guess it's a draw. I let him queen in one moment, but he was moving so fast that he didn't see it. That's pretty crazy. Could I have taken the b2 pawn? Like, are you planning on a tricky way to win this? He's making progress now. I didn't see I could take the b2 pawn. Not queening the b2 pawn was a provocation. Wow. Impressive game. I was lost. Maybe I was lost in the endgame. But watch this play here. c3. And now I guess I blundered. Rook e2 felt wrong, and it was wrong, but it was very awkward. I have to defend like a computer here. This is a brilliant move, and rook c8 is engine #1 move. Supporting c2 and threatening rook c4. There's nothing I can do. That's all I can do. I had to lose a pawn. And now this move. And I'm screwed again. I made a blunder though. I should have played king d3 here. This is holdable. This is a huge mistake. Because now his pawn is so dangerous on b2. If it's a draw, it's a draw, but it's marginal. I don't know what. This is not easy to defend. I mean, b5 is weak. This is weak. I have to keep the pawn stopped. And he's coming in on the dark squares. Not my favorite position. Apparently, like, I'm still holding on, but I just dropped a queen there. I thought I was lost here. You know, I'm not sure I trust the computer's evaluation of like 1.4. I would think that black has winning chances. Okay, I was lost for a move for sure. But this is interesting. Is this somehow possible to win this for black? Because I don't really see it. I can play like I played in the game, g3 and f4, and I'm gonna trade off my f pawn. Probably black should. No, I don't know. I don't see how black can win this position. I don't think this can be won. I mean, like bishop e5 or something, g3, bishop takes g3, king b2. This should be a draw. The computer says king a4, but I don't see why this is. doing anything. I think the computer just likes the fact that it's up a pawn here. Objectively, it's a draw. But I did blunder there for one move. Guys, I gotta go. Last game against Doctor. Quick game. Yeah, I would think so. Dr. T. It's a tricky ending. I didn't think I was lost. Rookie 2 ended up being a really stupid move, because it was hard for me to coordinate. It was a well-played game by Black. Not so much by me. We used to face this all the time. It seems like it's gone out of fashion a little bit. All the players I used to face with this are becoming less frequent. The original line was D5. That has some technical issues that I don't like that much. Yeah, Mubot, no streamer battle this week. No one has updated Mubot to let him know about the fact that there's no streamer battle this week. I mean, Mule Skinner and Zen Chess, seems like even more people have probably played this against me. At one point, this was like the variation I faced more than any. But I'm not castling kingside necessarily. And that's the point. This is interesting. So if I play bishop takes, wow, queen g3. What's happening here? Guess I have to take. Now queen g7 is a threat, so I have to go here. I'm not castling kingside. I'll just let you know. Not today, anyway. Not ever. The King's Gambit. It is. It's the King's Gambit. King's Gambit versus Accelerated Dragon. But he sort of played into one of my cardinal ideas here, which is we're just not going to play castle kingside. There's nothing to attack if I don't castle over there. The players who are more expert in this would be a little less committal with the early f5, perhaps. I mean, there is one other idea. He can play f5, g takes f, knight h4. I've had a few games where that came in. You know, so maybe here, knight h4, with the idea of knight f5, is interesting. The most interesting try, I think. Alright, so now what? What do I do? Do I play queen d7? Do I pin him with rook g8? Or some other move? Other. Pawn takes e4, bishop takes f6. Pawn takes f6. Queen g7, and it's kind of awkward for black. So it seems like I should get developed first. Queen d7. Rook g8 is of course possible. Then queen h4. And again I have trouble getting myself castled queenside. This pawn e4 variation needs to be calculated. Pawn e4 even, knight h4. Queen d7. I'm getting out of here. Black is in big trouble. Really. Alright. I have a bishop on b7 on the long diagonal, and I'm going to castle queenside, so I'm not sure how strong his attack on the king side is here. It's, white is totally committed to a kingside attack where there's no king over there. I'm not sure. Bishop f6, pawn f6, queen g7, castles queenside. This move is confusing. No, I'm really confused. Not what I expected. Pawn e5, knight e5, and then I can play perhaps queen d5. Weird. He has c4 in that position. Take, pawn takes. Situation is weird. The other option is to just play something like knight to g4. But knight g4, knight g4, pawn takes d6. So I might be in trouble here after all. There's moves that he could play that I would have no time to calculate. I don't know how he can play so fast and beat me, but it's an extremely complicated position. But I would have to calculate like 3 or 4 different moves here every turn. Perhaps he'll just be lucky. I don't know. I was completely stunned by e5. I mean, this is not the move you would expect. I guess he doesn't have that many options, though. Nothing else looked good. I mean, bishop f6 was what you expect. I guess it was like his only good alternative. Knight e5, queen e6, rook e1. Knight e5, queen d5, rook f5. That was the move I missed that I'm suddenly realizing, hey, is that real? And then he plays another move I didn't expect. How the heck does he come up with a move I didn't expect at this point? What? Wow. That's unbelievable. Can I play queen d6? No, I'm losing in that endgame again. That's all part of the instantaneous calculation. Queen takes e5. Maybe queen c6 is interesting. Queen c6. But he seems to have some sort of surprising answer, whatever move I play, that you wouldn't really expect. Queen e5? Like, who would play that move? Everybody expected knight takes e5. And he's like 10 times faster than me. Yeah, just end the suffering. And I'll play some move I never expected. Let's just pick a move that he wouldn't expect. He's made like 5 unpredictable moves in a row. Starting with f5. Then queen g3. That was predictable. I guess bishop g5 was to be expected, though he does self-pin, potentially with rook g8. Now rook e1. The f rook? Wonder why not the a rook? He's preparing a4 on the queen side. I'd like to see white sent a pawn lost after this game. Let me just see this. It's so fast, it's unbelievable. As I said, knight h4 is the best move. He plays the second best move. This is also the second best move. E takes f5 seems like best. Yeah, he was clearly better. E5 is like third best move. This was the most striking move for me. To play queen takes e5 here. How much time did he use on this move? A whole minute. You actually spent a minute on that move. That's an extremely surprising move. White made 3 inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders. It's just like playing like a GM level game, using almost no time. The rook fe1 was a really weird move. Why would you prefer f? The f file has potential here. Most people would play rook on a to e1. The other rook is already developed. But there's the possibility in the back that you could play a4 at some moment later on. And then it's just over. So it's like a perfect game by white, basically with a couple debatable inaccuracies. You know, but I mean clearly I knew about knight h4. This I've seen before. Yeah, well, if you could play games like that, you'll be a GM easily. I mean, this is a crushing sequence of moves. But queen takes e5. Honestly, like everyone expected knight takes e5, and there black's just like holding on. I thought maybe this, but you have rook takes f5, which I saw in the last moment. So I have to play this very awkward queen e6 now, and then you do bring a rook to the e file with advantage to white too. So that's a pretty good game by white. I would say Grandmaster level play. 2600. Anyway, guys, it was fun. Great start for the new year. I'll see everybody on Sunday for our simul stream at 6:30 CET. Yeah, definitely pop G level play by white here. I'll see you guys on Sunday, 6:30 CET. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for subscribing and supporting the stream. Happy New Year. See you guys all later. Bye-bye. Take care, Blobix. See you guys later.